Hey y'all, what's up? This is your boy Antonio, aka DJ BabyBoy. I haven't done one of these in a very long time. And I know there's been a lot of people that's been wondering when I'm going to do more of these. I want to say, first of all, I want to apologize to all those who have watched them in the past. You know what? I'm going to start doing a lot more again. I know there's been a lot of battles that I have yet to do my personal review on. But the problem is many of those battles are kind of over already. So now we're going to get to Summer Madness 4 battles. So far, I only saw 2 of the actual Summer Madness battles. So far, I've seen Hitman Holla versus Sue Surf. And the one I'm going to do now, just recently up there, T-Rex versus Charlie Clips. Now, the Sue Surf and Hitman battle review, I will do another time. So that will be another video for another day. But for now, we're going to do this one here, Charlie Clips versus T-Rex. Okay. First of all, before I get started, let me remind everybody out there, like I've always done, for those of you guys who watched all of my review videos in the past, y'all know I always kick off my videos by saying this. My review is only based on how I feel as a person and how I personally feel as a fan of URL or King of the Dot or Queen of the Ring or whatever battle league. It's only how I feel as a fan and how I feel as a fan for the actual battle rap culture. I'm not doing these reviews for anybody's approval or for anybody to try to give me some fan base, whatever. Once again, everybody is different. Everybody has different opinions about different rappers or artists, if you will. So once again, for those who like to comment and call me out on a lot of things, you know what? I'm going to say this right now. I'm not with that bullshit. You feel me? I'm not with that at all. You know what I'm saying? If y'all gonna, if y'all gonna comment these videos, they comment them, you know, cool, you know, but don't belittle me because of how I feel about a rapper or whatever. Just because of a rapper is in my top 10 or in my top 5 or top 20, you know, you can't say that's not fair. I mean, I don't want to talk about the past, and I know this is kind of off subject, but I kind of got a person on YouTube he was drilling me because I personally said that a battle rapper was in my top 10, and he felt some type of way because just because I said he was in my top 10, it was because I gave him that win for that particular review. And once again, I'm not saying that for anybody's approval or to be like, oh yeah, you go ahead, Antonio, do your shit. No, it's not about that. It's once again how I personally feel as a fan of the culture and the actual artists, you know, for themselves. So, all right, let's get it going. Charlie Clips versus T-Rex. Wow. Okay. This had to been, I want to say Charlie Clips's, let me see. I want to say his, I can't say 4th because I really want to say his 3rd. So if it is his 4th, then go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong. But I will say that this is, from what I've seen, this is Charlie Clips' 3rd appearance on the Summer Madness stage. And obviously his first 2 opponents were definitely great battles. I mean, obviously you had his return battle or whatever when he went up against Averb, which was a total slaughter. I mean, you know, I still put that battle in my playlist to this day, man. So I still watch that, you know, him versus Averb, which I definitely give Clips that 3-0 body bag. Then you had Summer Madness 2 when he went up against Serious Jones. I think I gave Jones the win. I could be wrong. I might have to rewatch that, or I don't know, but that was definitely a good battle. And then you got this one right here against T-Rex. This is how I feel about Clips. I never even knew of Clips until Summer Madness 1 because Clips was, once again, what everybody's been saying, has been one of those battle rappers that you didn't really see as much, only because the first time anybody really seen him was when he went up against Tay-Rock at in the Lions Den hosted by Loaded Lux. But I never even heard of Charlie Clips until he even battled Averb. That was like, and the first time I seen Clips, I said to myself that this was somebody that was going to be the new face of URL. Definitely one of the go-to guys for URL if you want to be completely technical. I personally feel that Charlie Clips is definitely one of those guys who is actually the top gun in this actual battle rap world right now. I mean, he's not only been in URL, obviously, but you know, he's even took the Canada route where he had his big battle at World Domination against Holohan. First of all, he was supposed to face Holohan the first time, but Holohan ended up getting arrested, so they had to reschedule the whole battle. So then he ended up facing up against Holohan in that World Domination event. And then he went to Don't Flop, went over there, did a battle at Don't Flop. Then went back to King of the Dot when he faced off against Conceited. He also went there to face off against Daylight. But truly how I feel about Clips as a rapper, once again, I think he is clever. He's definitely one of those guys that he has great schemes. I think one of the best schemes, personally, that I've seen was the whole thing, the scheme of the whole house scheme he did with Sirius Jones at Summer Madness 2. And I think right there, that kind of was like the icing of the cake for Charlie Clips right there, because I felt that even though I didn't know at the time Clips was already a monster, I did feel that Clips kind of made his mark, you know, when he went in and faced Averb the first time. And you know, and the thing about it is that Clips, I could say, has been on a mountain climb as of late. Like ever since his return into the battle world, or his debut into the battle, whatever you guys want to call it. I feel that Charlie Clips, like I said, he might end up being like the prodigy of URL, because like everybody is gunning for Clips, let alone everybody wants to battle Clips, but everybody knows that Clips is one of the most toughest battlers to recent memory that I've seen, that no one, I want to say, has ever even came close to like really beating him. And the reason I say that to say this, because it once again bring me back to the video I said about him versus B Magic, where I gave B Magic the win. And now I want to say in front of everybody who's even watching this video that I take that whole video back. I had to watch that video, the whole battle, 3 times, not in a row, but I watched it 2 separate occasions after watching it the first time. And just after watching it the last time, it made me realize that, you know what, Clips, yeah, he definitely got that win. But then you had night of main event, where he had the rematch against Tay-Rock, and I actually kind of said I gave Tay-Rock the win. But once again, I might have to watch that video once again to really get my mind right on who I really think that won the battle. Another thing I like about Clips is that he is definitely good under pressure. I took the time to watch his situation. This was, I know it's old, but I saw a video where he actually sat down and talked about the X Factor situation, where he personally felt that X Factor was giving him the runaround about preparations for the battle, and I felt that Charlie Clips, for him to have all that less time and still come out with a 1-round knockout, I think is just phenomenal. And that just goes to show that, you know, he definitely takes this sport very seriously and takes the battle rap world seriously. And once again, Charlie Clips is, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Charlie Clips ends up becoming the new poster child, if not already, of URL, because once again, you know, he's almost on every card that URL has to offer. And he's definitely one of the most talked about and must-see battle rappers in recent memory. And once again, I'm not taking nothing away from a lot of guys like B Magic and Hitman and all them, but if we're talking about Clips, I mean, Clips is going to be one of those guys that's going to always, like, go to a show and entertain the shit out of everybody. And once again, just looking at Clips in recent memory, like I said, he is like, if I do you know what? Okay, this might be a little bit weird for me to even say this, but if I have to compare Charlie Clips, I would compare him to John Cena. I want to say he is the John Cena of battle rap, if you want to be technical. I mean, everybody, like, because if you think of John Cena, if you guys are a wrestling fan like me, and I'm a huge John Cena fan, if you guys think of John Cena is one of those guys that people hate, but they know that if there's going to be a win, Cena's the type of dude that'll do it. And Charlie Clips is the same way. You know, it's like people hate Clips, but they know that he is so tough to beat. And so, I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. There might be some people who's going to watch this and be like, well, he was beaten before. But, you know, the point I'm making is his status makes him to that point where if I have to compare him to anybody, it would have to be John Cena. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you know, it is what it is. Okay. Now let's get to T-Rex. A lot of people know how I feel about T-Rex. I feel that T-Rex is a veteran. I mean, obviously, dating back to when Smack first pretty much arrived, when they did their DVDs. One of the classic battles I still watch even to this day is him versus Uncasa or whatever, Uncasa. I don't care. A little nerd with the glasses. I don't give a fuck. But that's probably one of my favorite battles, only because, like, you just see the growth from Rex from then to where he even is now, you know. And I felt like ever since that battle, it seems that Rex he's been another one who's been on a huge, when I say huge, I'm talking huge mountain climb, to where it's just been crazy. There's been a lot of people that have told me that, once again, that T-Rex has been a guy who's been beaten before. I mean, taking this battle back to, this battle back to against Old Red. You know, a lot of people said that Rex lost that battle. I don't know. You know, it's but how I feel about Rex is that, once again, you know, Rex is one of those guys that that he's another one that is so hated, but he speaks the truth. Now, if I had to compare him to a WWE wrestler, I would have to compare T-Rex to CM Punk. I am dead serious. If I literally have to compare any WWE wrestler to a battle rapper, T-Rex, it would have to be CM Punk. Because if you think about CM Punk is a guy who is not afraid to speak his mind. Obviously, his pipe bombs or his shoot promos, and then he'll back up what he says by wrestling in the ring, and his moniker, I'm the best in the world. And you think about T-Rex, he's the best battle rapper right now in the world, and people hate him for that. But he's another one that's not afraid to speak the truth and speak what's on his mind. So this was a case of John Cena versus CM Punk. If I had to compare this battle to an actual WWE match, it would have to be John Cena versus CM Punk. Now the question is, which level of the match? I would have to say, if I really, truly, okay. If I had to compare which match to this battle, it would have to be the John Cena versus CM Punk Money in the Bank match when it was champion versus champion. No, that's SummerSlam, excuse me. No, it would actually be, because if I'm thinking Money in the Bank, no, then it would be when John Cena was champion and CM Punk contract was going to get expired. That's what I meant. So, excuse me for that analogy. But yeah, I felt this was like a champion versus champion type matchup here. So, be honest with you, no, my bad. I would have to take it back. I would take it back. I would say this would be John Cena versus CM Punk, champion versus champion at SummerSlam. That's what I feel would actually be the right. So I was right. Okay, so that would be the perfect analogy for this particular battle, because both dudes come from Harlem. Both are dangerous in their own ways. And this had to been settled once and for all to see who was really truly the best of Harlem in that, in today's era. Because if you guys want to be honest, this is not the first time that Harlem went up against Harlem. I mean, if you guys can remember, and I know I do, and it was Loaded Lugs versus Murder Mook back in when, like I said, Smack was doing the whole DVD gimmick. It was Lugs versus Mook the first time, number one. That was Harlem versus Harlem right there. You know what I'm saying? But that was back in that era, But if we're talking about this era, that's what I mean. Like Clips versus Rex of today's era, of today's battle rap era. So I definitely think that it was definitely a phenomenal battle. Now let's get to the battle itself. I truly don't want to really say how I feel round per round, only because I might be wrong. But once again, I'm only saying this for what I saw, and I'm only calling it like I'm seeing it. And once again, I want to invite all of y'all to please comment this video if I'm getting anything mixed up or if I'm getting something wrong. But once again, please be respectful about it, because I don't want to having to kick nobody out my shit. You know what I'm saying? Just, let's just be fans together and come together as fans and respect and love and the love of hip hop, okay? But first of all, my heart goes out to T-Rex for one, because he pretty much announced prior to the beginning of the battle that he had learned of the passing of his nephew. So my condolences go out to to T-Rex family and the victim's family. My condolences go out to them and to the whole Dot Mob family, because obviously that's part of Dot Mob anyway. So I definitely want to, once again, extend my condolences to T-Rex and his family. So I would kind of understand the mindset that T-Rex had to been in, because for him to learn about that prior to the battle, because he found out the morning of the battle and he still had to do what he had to do. So I kind of understand the mindset he was in, because the reason I say that, to say this, it's only because I personally felt Charlie Clips won the battle only because of the mindset that T-Rex was already in. I felt that with T-Rex having to learn about the loss of his nephew and then had the battle, that takes a toll on a person. And to know that you got to remember your rhymes, but let alone remember the person that you knew and whatever, and that person's gone, so now you got to remember them and celebrate their life. I mean, I believe Rex that probably took a toll on him, and I know, and I won't be surprised if he probably told Vlad TV or everything else that he wasn't in his right frame of mind. And you know what? I don't blame Rex for that. So that's why I'm not necessarily drilling Rex when I say he lost. I'm saying that he lost only because of the mindset that he was already in, because his mind was already messed up going into the battle. So I would have to say that Clips, he did what he had to do. He took that topic and been like, you know what, his mind is already messed up, so now I'm going to have to go for the kill, you know what I mean? So, but I think personally, if that battle would have been like, if I would have felt that Rex would have really said the things he really wanted to say, the battle would have been debatable at so many levels. Because when you think of T-Rex and Summer Madness, T-Rex so far has been in almost every single Summer Madness since Summer Madness first appeared. And T-Rex has just been dominant in all 3 Summer Madnesses. And for this particular one, I felt like it definitely wasn't him. It wasn't T-Rex. It wasn't his Summer Madness. Only because he had to deal with the loss of a family member. But I'm not taking nothing away from Rex, because I do feel that Rex had some bars. I felt that with Clips getting that momentum, like some of the crowd, either the crowd wasn't feeling it or the crowd just didn't hear it, because there was a lot of audio issues, because, you know, you did have T-Rex using the actual hand mic, so he had to use that again. And then you had, once again, Clips without so he used the shirt mic or whatever they call it. So I think there was an audio issue. I would love to see a rematch, if you ask me. I think personally, I would love to see a rematch between him and Clips, only because I kind of feel that the battle was kind of one-sided. I do feel the battle was one-sided, but if I really had to choose, and I really have to give the win to Clips only because, but I do believe that I want to see a rematch. And I think the rematch should be helpful, because I felt that Rex didn't really get a chance to really be T-Rex. You know, he didn't really get a chance to really rap. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of his rounds felt rushed. I felt like a lot of those 3 rounds were rushed. And again, I understand he wasn't in the right state of mind. He wasn't thinking clearly. He had a lot on his plate. So I definitely understood where Rex was coming from. But I would love to see, I think, me personally, I would love to see a rematch, only because this would definitely give Rex a chance to be like, okay, you know what? Now the only thing on my mind is these bars, and all I want to do is just go out here and catch another body. And I would love to see a rematch personally. My point of view, I think a rematch is necessary, you know, and like I feel like there's a lot of rematches that's not necessary, but I think in this case, a rematch between Clips and Rex is necessary. Like, I really think it is necessary. So, once again, ladies and gentlemen, that's just my point of view on how I felt about this battle. If you guys respectfully disagree or agree, once again, please feel free to comment below. Because y'all know me, you know, I love to have fun and do this whole thing. Big shout out to URL. Big shout out to Clips. Big shout out to Rex. And also, y'all, please continue to subscribe. Continue to support the movement. We're going to do it really big this year. So, I'm DJ BabyBoy Antonio. Thank y'all for watching this video. Once again, my condolences go out to T-Rex and his family over the loss of his nephew. May he rest in peace. My heart goes out to y'all. So yeah, man. So we out. Peace.